My dad's a five-claw golden dragon, so's my mom, but I was born a little blue dragon. Dad made me do blood tests with every male blue dragon in the clan for a whole month, nearly bled me dry just to prove mom didn't cheat. In the dragon world, your status is based on your scales color, and as the Dragon King's firstborn, I'm stuck as the lowest tier blue dragon. Now everyone wants my inheritance. So Dad went on a crazy baby-making spree and threw me in the cold palace. 2 years later, my little brother Ali was born. When Ali came into this world, the sky lit up with 5 colored omens. Dad was ecstatic, and my treatment got even worse. I got 0 cultivation resources, and even the clan looked at me with nothing but cold stares. Only Mom would cry every single time she saw me. To keep his pathetic reputation intact, Dad threw Mom into the endless purgatory. I went to confront him, but he slapped me down, shattered every bone in my body. Took a full year to barely recover. Meanwhile, Ali grew up spoiled rotten, arrogant, lawless, and completely out of control. As for me, his big brother, he never had a kind word. Every encounter was just insults and mockery. 10 years flew by like that. In the ancestral dragon hall, the Black Dragon Elder performed Auli's awakening ceremony and announced his 5-claw golden dragon bloodline. Auli's bloodline power, 5-claw golden. The hall erupted. Congratulations poured in from every direction, and Auli stood there looking smug as hell. He smirked and called out to me, Aoguang, my useless big brother. How are you feeling right about now? Every clan member stared at me with mockery in their eyes. Even Dad, 5-claw dragon emperor sitting on his throne, glanced my way. They were all waiting for me to break. To them, I was just a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. What's wrong, loser? Too scared to even speak? Auli had been eyeing my heir position forever. Now his eyes practically glowed with greed, dripping with mockery. I was seething with rage but powerless, so I just stayed silent. Auli sneered. A loser is a loser. You should be locked up in that purgatory with your useless mother. I roared. Silence! Mom was my reverse scale. Anyone who touched it, I'd tear them apart even if it killed me. I shot into the air, unleashed my bloodline power, transformed into my Azure dragon form, and charged at Auli. Suddenly, a crushing pressure slammed me down. I hit the ground, completely unable to move. I glared at that cold figure above. My father, 5-claw dragon emperor Aobai. If it wasn't for him, Mom wouldn't be in purgatory. Aobai's voice was ice cold. Traitor Aoguang, strip his air mark, cast him into the mortal realm, never to return. Second Prince Aoli shall inherit the air mark and become the next 5-claw dragon emperor. With a wave of his hand, my chest exploded with pain. The air mark ripped out of my body and flew straight into Aoli's forehead. Thank you, father. Aoli was thrilled while I coughed up a mouthful of blood. Aobai tore open space and threw me into the abyss. Space blades shredded my body. My bones and blood nearly collapsed. As my consciousness faded, a faint light appeared inside me. A gentle yet immense power surged through my entire body, healing my wounds before my eyes. A divine voice echoed. The way of heaven takes from the surplus and gives to the lacking. The Azure Dragon's way gathers the strength of all beings, unite, and reach the cosmos. When I opened my eyes again, I was in the mortal realm. Cliff's edge dead silent, night sky vast. The Azure Dragon constellation resonated with my bloodline. That's when it hit me. I wasn't some low-tier blue dragon. I had the most defined bloodline of all, the ancestral dragon. The pain wasn't from injury, it was my bones reforging. Once I fully merged with this power, I'd stand above even the 5-claw golden dragons. Blood dripped from my teeth, but I laughed. Aoli, you pushed me straight onto the throne. Just as I was about to stand, the sky ripped open. A massive black dragon head pushed through, its lantern eyes greedily scanning the mortal realm. I recognized him instantly. One of Aoli's lackeys. That bastard was worried I wasn't dead yet, so he sent someone to finish the job. My bloodline had just awakened. Fighting head-on would be suicide, so I jumped off the cliff and carved out a cave with my bare hands to hide. The ancestral dragon power could no longer be contained. White threads of light burst from my pores and wrapped me in a massive cocoon. Heaven and earth's spiritual energy flooded into the cave like crazy. It felt so good, every cell in my body was cheering. Just wait. Once I break through, I'm heading back to the dragon realm to flip that throne. A year passed in the blink of an eye. One day, a female cultivator entered my divine sense range. The spiritual energy here is so strong. Could this be an ancient, immortal realm? She had good instincts. Seeing the abundant energy around my cave, she settled nearby to cultivate. Soon, she realized the cave was the center of all that energy, and got excited, trying to break in. I released a thread of divine sense. My sense turned into thunderous divine voice and exploded in her mind. Little one, you dare trespass? And Miaoyi's face went pale. She dropped to her knees at the cave entrance. I didn't know Senior was in seclusion here. This junior deserves death. Please forgive me. I could tell her heart wasn't bad, so I sent a gust of wind to carry her to a nearby forest. You may cultivate here, but never reveal my existence. And Miaoya thanked Senior for her mercy. She stayed for 10 years. Thunder tribulation clouds rolled in for 3 days and nights. She used the tribulation to break through to nascent soul stage. She bowed. Thanks to Senior's help. May I establish a sect here? If you allow it, Miaoyi will guard your peace forever. Over those 10 years, cultivators kept showing up. If she hadn't guarded the area, I couldn't have cultivated in peace. I gave her permission, and a year later, the sect was founded. The sect was called Shu Mountain Immortal Sect. That's when I realized I was in Shu Mountain. Over 100 years, it became the #1 sect. Disciples fought evil and protected the innocent, earning a great reputation. My cave became Shu Mountain's forbidden zone. No one allowed near. And Miaoyi kept bringing me pills and spiritual herbs, all packed with energy, great supplements for me. Though I never asked, she remembered, and I kept that kindness in my heart. After 100 years, my ancestral dragon bloodline finally stabilized. I'd absorbed most of its power. Several times I sensed black dragons descending to search for me, but I used secret techniques to hide my aura. Every time they came back empty-handed. Every time they showed up, my hatred for Aoli deepened. Finally, one day I felt my cultivation reach its peak. Spiritual energy suddenly gathered 3 times faster. The cocoon shattered, ancestral dragon power shot skyward, and all of Shu Mountain trembled, and Miaoye rushed to the forest immediately. Senior, is everything all right? I'm fine, but trouble's coming. That burst of power will definitely cause a stir. We're about to have visitors. And Miaoye didn't flinch. Don't worry, Senior. As long as Shu Mountain stands, no one will disturb your cultivation. Months later, forces from all over converged. Even the Kunlun demon sect attacked with their army, and Miaoye led everyone to fight back and killed their leader with one sword strike. Shu Mountain erupted in celebration. But then, the sky split open like an abyss. A 1,000-mile black dragon had emerged, looking down on Shu Mountain like a god. Found you, traitor. A nascent soul cultivator shouted in shock. The black dragon's gaze swept over. Thunder struck, and the cultivator was instantly vaporized. Everyone held their breath, terrified they'd be next. Only Miaoye flew up to face the dragon head-on. Divine One, what brings you here? The black dragon sneered. Instantly dark clouds gathered and lightning flashed. There's a dragon traitor hiding here. Leave now, mortals, and you may live. And Miaoye frowned slightly but stood her ground. You must be mistaken, Divine One. This is Shu Mountain. There's no dragon traitor here. Courting death! The black dragon roared, and Miaoye's body shook violently. Blood poured from her nose and mouth as she fell like a meteor. I stepped out of my cave and was already in the sky. My sleeve caught the wind and gently lowered her to the ground. Every cultivator below was stunned, murmuring in shock. Then Miaoye realized it was me. Fighting through the pain, she bowed. Miaoye failed you. Please forgive me, Senior. I shook my head. It's fine. This started because of me. I'll handle it from here. Only then did Miaoye relax and sit down to meditate. The black dragon laughed mockingly. Guang, you finally showed yourself. Lord Li sends his regards. He can't rest until you're dead. I didn't want to waste words with him. I waved my hand and the space rift began to shrink. As for Li, I'll go kill him myself. The black dragon tried desperately to break through, but only got halfway out before the rift slammed shut. The terrifying spatial force exploded, slicing him clean in half. What? How is this possible? What did you do? The mighty Lord Li won't let you get away with this. The black dragon screamed. Blood rained down like a storm, and his massive body dissolved into black particles, scattering across the sky. Every cultivator stood speechless. I hovered above, looking down at them all. From this day forward, all sects unite under Shu Mountain to fight the coming enemy. Anyone who disagrees, death without mercy. My voice, amplified by divine sense, spread across the entire mortal realm. From that moment on, every sect in the mortal world joined forces. All of them followed on Miaoye's lead. I taught them a spatial formation from the ancestral dragon secrets, and had every sect build it. A year later, a 5-colored barrier hung in the sky, blocking all spatial rifts. Theoretically, no dragon could invade the mortal realm anymore. I returned to my cave to prepare for the final breakthrough. Another 100 years passed. The barrier broke several times, but with the cultivator's support, it held strong. I had the strongest sect leaders cultivate near my cave. They broke through repeatedly, their power skyrocketing. Under Miaoye's arrangement, the mortal realm's resources kept flowing to my cave for my breakthrough. One day, the sky shifted. Ripples spread across the barrier. A killing intense spear tore through the rift. I sensed Aobai's aura. The barrier shattered. The shattering sound shook heaven and earth. The flaming spear pierced through mountain ranges before flying back into the rift. A dark fissure ripped across the sky. Thousands of giant dragons poured out, blotting out the sun. The leader, a 4-claw golden dragon, transformed into a lavishly dressed young man. I am the second Prince Ao Wuji, traitor Ao Guang. Come face your death.